Spacey, Sims, and we are back with more Hakuoki Ito Blossoms in Ryoma's route. In the last part of Ryoma's route, well, not the last part because we still have a part of the bad endings, but this is the last chapter, so we'll probably get our good ending today. So anyway, the following day, we dug a makeshift grave on a knoll overlooking the entire village ruins. Notice that Kodo was there with Kaoru, never said a thing, and now is just fucking missing? What happened to him? Loophole much? Jeez. I hate to bring the mood down, but did either of you see where Kodo went? Oh, okay. You know what? I should read that. I swear to God, I wasn't. It's like I clicked the button. I was like, wait, what happened to Kodo? I didn't even realize that Shirano was asking the same question. Thank you. High five. Yeah, I don't know either. Anyway, I didn't see where he scurried off to. Oh, that's right. Left out of here pretty quick, didn't he? Kiru mentioned something about Nakaoka being at Shirakawa Castle. Something tells me that he's there too. Nice one. Time for us to settle this score once and for all. Ryoma's eyes were fierce, glimmering with dedication as he dusted the dirt from his hands. Once more, Shiranui bid us farewell, and Ryoma and I made off for Shirakawa Castle. During our travels, we overheard rumors. Allegedly, Shogunate forces were unable to lay siege on the castle due to its intense fortifications. Now, how should we get in? Surely Nakaoka's got a trap or two in anticipation of our arrival. We were scouting the outside perimeter when Bloodlust. Oh. Hey! Who goes there? I don't know who it is, so. Oh, crap. Oh, let's hide, Spacey. As Ryoma got low to the ground in order to pounce behind a row of bushes. Freeze! Don't make me shoot! Ah, damn. Now what are we gonna do? Oh, what's the cause for alarm? Our enemy's afoot! That voice. Oh! Hold on, I didn't know who it was talking. I gotta back that up. So it's like, oh, what's the cause for alarm? Our enemy's afoot. Because it's Saito. Out of the way, Ryoma! It's Saito! I am not even kidding. I would shove his ass over for Saito. Even though he is goddamn gorgeous, Saito's still my number one. I'm sorry. I just love him so fucking much. Anyway, Saito, is that you? It's me, Yukimura. The fact that he's so precious. I mean, like, legitimately though, like, if you look at it like drawn wise, he is motherfucking gorgeous. Like, there is no question artwork wise. Like, hello, he's hot. Like, he's gorgeous and actually like legitimately hotter. But Saito's still my fucking favorite, and I adore his precious weird little robot self. And I just remember playing in the snow with him. It's still my favorite moment from this game. And the cherry blossom thing. That was, yeah, I don't remember half of what happens in this game, but I remember that shit from the beginning of Kyoto Wins. That just tells you how much I fucking love him. Anyway. Yukimura, you've survived. Oh, you look kind of familiar. Say, weren't you that short guy who accompanied her on the night she and I first met? Hey, don't make fun of his height. He's adorable. Ryoma Sakamoto, I see you've arrived in Aizu as well, eh? Saito turned his gaze over to the Aizu rifleman, staring at him dubiously before ordering him to stand down. Saito's actual voice, like the legit voice, is so goddamn amazing. It's like perfect. You're like, I love it. Anyway, these two will be dealt with by the Shinsengumi. Lower your weapons and continue your patrol. Understood, sir. Saito said nothing more as he began walking away. Ryoma and I followed close behind, and eventually we arrived in the Shinsengumi's base camp. God, Hijikata, your eyes are huge. Close them a little bit, Chase. He's like, we have to be saucer-eyed around you. Well, Sakamoto, Yukimura, god damn, you've been alive this whole time? I apologize for not having sent any correspondence for some time. Where the fuck would you have sent it? It's not like he has a post office box. No, I'm glad to see you safe. I was beginning to fear you were snatched up by Imperial forces when they occupied Ito. I love you, Hijikata. But the hell are you doing all the way in Aizu? You're well aware that you're currently standing up in the middle of a military camp, right? That much we can tell. Looks like the Sachos got you all locked out, right? If you want to spare your men the trouble of wasting their lives out there, you should just surrender now. Ryoma! Not everyone's content with putting their lives ahead of their principles like you. Shogunate is under no pretense of usurping control from the Satsuma Choshu at this point. However, abandoning the Aizu at this current time would be a betrayal of the highest order. We have no choice but to honor them by serving alongside them. We're just gonna die doing it. You are, though. Oh, precious. Hearing Hijikata's explanation brought a heavy sigh from Ryoma's lips. Well, I can't deny that I value my life over whatever you might refer to as principles, but I admire where you stand. You remind me of someone. What? Listen, I got a friend named Takasugi. Guy's a real nutcase. But when he first started gathering troops in Kozanji? In order to start rousing Choshu morale, only 80 men bothered to show up. Guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm not winning any fights with my blabbermouth. Men like you win wars. Although Hijikata was unenthused. I was like, what? Oh my god, my brain. I can't. I know. Oh god. I was unenthused by Ryoma. Ryoma's attempt at levity was one of the most genuine compliments I had ever heard him say. We're all like, wait, what? Yeah, that's my face too, Hijikata. So not only have you insulted me by comparing me to that total imbecile, but you say I remind you of the Choshu too. You've got some nerve. Hijikata responded with a curt tone, but all of the tension in our circle soon eased, and it seemed as though the two found mutual ground. They gazed into each other's eyes solemnly, mustering enough respect to continue their conversation calmly. Yeah, Hijikata's like, you took my fucking girlfriend away from me. Because Hijikata loves us. Yeah, don't worry. We're coming for you soon, hot stuff. So, you mind telling me what you came here for? Can't imagine you just happened to pop in after taking a leisurely stroll. State your business. Well, we had some news related to the Furies that we thought you'd like to hear. We didn't know you were here. We're not the smartest crayons. Sonnen, that's his name, right? You think you could call him out here? Since he's the resident Fury expert or whatever. Oh, this is where they tell us Sonnen's dead. Sonnen's not dead? Guys, we get to see him again. Ryoma, I love you and all. Like, you're great. But we get to see Hijikata and Saito and Sonnen right now. All in the same, 5-minute spans of time. Oh my god, I love it! His face is happy. It's almost like our man harem. We're missing some people because Okita's basically dead, but Got it. Hold on. I thought he was gonna. I thought when he said Sonnen, right? I was like, oh god, he's gonna be like, Sonnen's dead. I mean, we know it's gonna happen. He dies in every route, but still, Hijikata sent for a messenger who soon returned to us with both Sonnen and Heisuke. With his audience of full attention, Ryoma began recounting all of the goings-on inside the castle. Oh, Sonnen! I love you so much. You just need to be hugged. You precious, wonderful thing. You didn't betray them this time. You might have, but you're not dead. So it's really weird that in Saito's route you betrayed them and got Kondo kidnapped, but you're here now in this route. It's weird, but anyway. You know what? Again, I feel like when they wrote these routes that the game developers were like, wait, let's not kill everyone right away. And maybe let's not make Sonnen a dick. And let's have Okita show up once in a while. Just cause. Short end of the stick, those ones. I just feel like they gave us this to redeem them a little bit. We feel bad that Okita just drops dead everywhere. So, you know what? Let's have him show up in a couple of these routes. And, maybe in one of them, Sonnen's not an evil asshole yet. Cool. I mean, in some of the other routes, he doesn't come across as an evil douchebag. It was really just in Saito and Heisuke's route where it just was not looking good for him at the very beginning. You're like, he's just not looking good. But, all the other ones, he ends up just dying in battle. So he's, I guess, not. They're all still kind of pissy with him, though. And I still feel bad for him, and he still need hugs. We need to hug him as much as possible. Look at him. I love him. Anyway. Interesting. All of the pieces are coming together. We had no idea. But damn if it makes a ton of sense. Man, Shirakawa's hopeless now, too. Hijikata, I request your permission for us to accompany these two into Shirakawa Castle. Hey, Skate. Oh no, you guys are gonna die there. Please don't. Can't you see? If we let these two enter by themselves, they'll be killed on the spot. Hey! Yeah, no, that's right. You gotta fight fire with fire, and use our furies to wipe out the Imperial ones. If we don't act now, our casualty toll is only gonna increase. I think this is the reason we were brought back to life. For this very mission. Right, Sonnen? He's like, no. My thoughts exactly. I couldn't phrase it better myself. Oh, Sonnen. I just want to hug you. Our talents are wasted in an open battlefield, which is a detriment to ourselves and our comrades. And there's something poetic about the idea of us playing a part in ridding our country of the foul stain that is the water of life. A look of pride appeared on Sanen's face before he pointed his glance over toward Hijikata. It's like, what happened to you in this route? You know what? I don't even care. You seem so, like, sweet and wonderful and not an asshole. And, like, thank you, game developers. You're going to kill him, but he's not going to be an asshole. Thank you. However, his commander was stone-faced. Perhaps the notion of bidding farewell to Sanen and Heisuke, potentially for the last time, got to him. Hijikata pursed his lips before finally muttering aloud. Fine. You better make us proud at Shirakawa Castle. I'm counting on you to stop those furies. Understood.
Leave it to us. I, Heisuke Todo, vow to complete this mission successfully.
Oh god, you guys cannot die on me in this ending. I can't. It'd be best for us to strike during the day, when the furies are asleep. Dawn it is then. Early morning would work best. Striking the iron while it's hot, as they say. Doesn't sunlight hurt you, though? I've heard Shinsengumi furies are only mobile after dark. Our aversion to sunlight can be made up with our fortitude. Our lives have outlived their purposes. That's so depressing. Again, Spacey, fucking, would you go over there and hug Son? I just want a CG of her hugging Son and being like, it's okay. It's okay. Shh. Everything will be okay. It became clear that both Sanen and Heisuke bore no apprehensions about giving their lives on this harrowing mission.
Why don't you go and rest while you still can, Spacey? And didn't you two walk all the way here?
Yeah, get some shut-eye. I bet the Shinsengumi mom will want to catch up with you, too. Okay, then I'll see you later. I sauntered over to their living quarters and dozed off into a pleasant nap, but then... Looking at Soma, too! Oh, Miss Yukamura! Hey, you're awake earlier than expected. Thinking about tomorrow makes resting a little difficult. I haven't seen Ryoma around. Do you happen to know where he might have gone?
Yes, I believe I overheard him mentioning how he needed some fresh air, so he went on a walk.
Really? Which way did he go?
In that direction, I think. Would you like me to escort you?
No, I'm fine on my own. I'll be right back, so wait here. Soma bowed his head politely, and I walked briskly down the rugged trail under a dusky sky. Beautiful CG of just Ryoma and his handsomeness. After walking for a little while, Ryoma! Oh, Spacey. I thought you were still asleep. What are you doing up so soon? I was feeling somewhat anxious, so I came searching for you. Huh? You think I'd leave you behind and fight Nakaoka without you there to support me? After all we've been through, I wouldn't think twice about it. I know, jumping to conclusions is never good, but... Feeling lonely without me, huh? I get it. What? Oh, that's him. What? Am I wrong? Well, no. His swagger often vexed me because I was both smitten and taken aback with his self-assuredness. Just then, because he knows he's hot. Bloodlust. Okay, I knew it was coming. Ryoma rested his arm against a tree trunk, beginning to huff and pain breaths. It's funny, it's almost like we show up when he's alone and he has bloodlust. If we weren't here, we wouldn't have known about it, but, maybe he would have been fine. The cat is both alive and dead in the box. Ryoma! Was this bloodlust? You've seen it like several times before, you should know it. Here, Ryoma, take my blood. Yeah, I know the drill. Without another word, I clutched my kodachi and slid the blade against my neck. My hands grew unsteady as the blood began to trickle. Ryoma, yours for the taking. Upon my urging, he slunk closer to me. He slunk closer. The faint tickle of his shallow breaths against my neck felt familiar to me now, almost enjoyable. Sorry for asking you to hurt yourself for my sake. Really, it's okay. Anything to ease your pain, Ryoma. Careful. It's hard enough as it is to keep myself from enjoying this. I just want to devour you. Well, Do you mean like literally like a meal? Because that's gross. But like, is that like an innuendo? Because I'm okay with that. With each sip Ryoma took, his breathing stabilized, and I could sense his body relaxing behind me. The thrill of being used enticed me. Yeah, she is like really digging this shit. Knowing that I could satiate Ryoma's devilish impulses was a power to which I was growing addicted. I mean, I can't blame you for that. Like, yeah. Like for being such a derp and kind of useless and like I'm embarrassed and you have this weird. She has this weird like dark like yes, having this power over him is sexy and it's like whoa 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 what the who flipped your freak switch? Like her freak switch went to like fucking 11 like when this happens and this is just bizarre coming from her. You know what I mean? Like I understand her need to do it. Like I need to do it because it helps them and blah 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 like whatever. But it's like oh, I'm so turned on by it and it's like but then when he's gonna kiss you, oh, don't look at me, it's embarrassing. Wait, what? What? Negative 11 freak switch, normal. Like 11 freak switch. Like, I mean, that's a drastic fucking swap, is all I'm saying. I awoke moments before the crack of dawn, far before the sun had yet to eke through the horizon. My eyelids still drooped as our foursome reached Shirakawa Castle's outskirts. Ah! I love this. I anticipate no shortage of traps to signal our arrival, but so it begins. Yep, ready when you are. Spacey, stick close to me, got it? Yes, I know. What the funniest thing was? He's like, stick close to me. Yes, I know. And my eyes literally just drifted right on over to Sana, and I'm like, shit. But again, I love Sana to death, but they really did when they added these three guys. There's it's the same art style, but it's different. There is something about them that is just like fucking like you're like, okay, all our boys are pretty, we love them. And then there's just the new ones, and you're like, Jesus, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like an upgrade. This was like an upgrade. This was like the basic, and this is like an upgrade. And I hate to say that because I love our boys. Don't get me wrong, I adore them, but it is you can totally see in the dry that there's just something. It's almost like there's a detail. It's like regular Sims, skin overlay. You know what I mean? Oh shit, that makes so much of a difference. Just that slight thing. Cause like Ryoma's fucking fine as fuck. And I gotta be honest, in the fine department, he's the finest thing on this fucking screen. And like just for eye candy, you're like, yes, my eyes want to stay. But I love you, Sonnen. I love you so fucking much. And like I still just want to go over and just like wrap my arms around him and just hold him. I'm just gonna cling to him. I can't. I don't know. So even though he is fine as fuck, my eyes are still like, Sonnen, I love you. Oh, it hurts me. I want Ryoma to be like so much better. Like, it's not that his personality's bad or anything. He's just eye candy is what it is. Like, you're hot. I like looking at you. Don't get me wrong. Like, just my eyes are nah, but no, my soul is over here, like glancing over here, like, oh, I love you so much. My heart and soul is over with Sodden. Anyway.
Enough talking. Let's do it.
Just when we nodded at one another.
Well,
the creak of the castle gate startled each of us.
Well, are they welcoming us in?
Jesus. Oh, hell, bet they've already figured out that we were coming. Keep your guard up, boys. Beyond this point, rational and human minds are going to be something of a short supply.
I don't need you to tell us. We already know.
He's like, bitch, we've been Furies longer than you.
Boy, it's a ghost town in here. I expected there to be Furies, or anyone really, patrolling these corridors, but...
Yeah. A sense of dread began to fester inside of my stomach. The air was heavy, making our scouting mission feel more like a trudge through an... Irriguous? Wow, what is that? Okay, wow. There are just random words in here that you're like, what? Anyway. It's like bombast. Do you just like using that word? Oh, we did hear it in this path already. Thank you. You can't have a path if bombast or bombastic. It's like, I'm aware that that word exists and I've heard it before. But like, again, in an 80s song maybe, like nobody uses that. Irriguous fog. I don't even know what that means. Whatever. More bothersome, however, was the foul, rusty odor of blood, which worsened in stink the more I began to fixate on how the humid air stuck to my skin. Just then. Have you noticed too, Sakamoto? Well, duh. I've been stabbed to death. I'm well acquainted with the scent of blood. Just when Ryoma said that, he instinctively grabbed a hold of my wrist and yanked me away from the sliding door. Uh, we were stopped dead in our tracks when katana blades poked through sliding doors in the hallway, ripping the paper doors to shreds. They stabbed and stabbed, eager to break free.
Huh, they're finally here. You're all a bunch of pansies for trying to get at us from behind closed doors, you know.
Heisuke unsheathed his own sword and swatted at the incoming blades, tearing the doors to pieces. I'm not doing Heisuke's voice right either. And then Heisuke raised his knees and kicked the door. Waiting behind it was a bevy of furies, licking their lips in glee like wolves encircling their prey. And behind them was...
So you've come, Spacey. I was growing tired of waiting.
Father! As my eyes became locked with Father's, an uncontrollable rage consumed me. Were you continuing your fury experiments here? You used Ryoma and his comrades, the warriors of Tosa, like nothing more than test subjects.
They agreed to it. No coercion necessary. For the past 260 years, they've been under the heel of the Tokugawa shogunate and its privileged retainers. They were biting at the chance to inflict their revenge. I merely gave them the tools to do so. The consequences hadn't seemed so dire then.
Listening to Father's stoic delivery made my blood boil, and I reached to unsheath my kodachi, despite the fact that I'm probably going to fall on it myself, but just then... Sakamoto, I take Yukimura and find the leader of the Furies, whom you've been seeking. But I have some unsettled business with Kodo. It would be unwise to put us all at risk in the interest of stopping one man. Besides, time is of the essence. We mustn't waste it. Ryoma furrowed his brow, refusing at first to yield Sonen's command, until yield to Son... Well, Ryoma to yield to Son... Yeah, I don't know. Got it. And don't take too long. If neither of you make it, this one will never get over it. And if you upset her, then you'll be upsetting me, which is something none of us want, right? He's like, yeah, okay.
Right back at ya. You better survive before we meet back up with you guys.
All right, Spacey, let's go. In my heart, I had wanted to make Father keenly aware of the contempt I had towards him, but it was a selfish decision, as neither Heisuke nor Sonen would have wanted me to distract them. Then... Sonen, Heisuke, please be safe. Seriously, don't die, you two. I love you guys. I have faith that we'll all be together again, real soon, in the afterlife. Don't worry. Serving as colonel of the Shinsengumi taught me more than a few tricks to stay alive.
Oh, look at how precious you are in your smile. It's adorable.
Sonen smiled wryly and bowed his head slightly. If that's the last I see of you, I'm going to be sad, but at least you went out with a smile, Sonen. Without looking over our shoulders, Sakamoto and I sprinted toward the large staircase. By the time we had reached the top, I was nearly out of breath. Lo and behold, Nakaoka had been waiting. I've expected you two to be digesting inside of a Fury's belly instead of coming to meet me. I don't know how I did his voice, but whatever. Well, perhaps when confronted with true horror, you learn that ducking and running is easier, eh? Too late for you both, though. Nakaoka, why don't we put an end to these games already? The war's almost over. The Susumu Choshu are going to be the ones carrying the future of Japan in their hands going forward. And no matter what you do, the Toast aren't getting a slice of that power. Sure, you could use Furies to spill some blood, but enacting real change is out of our reach, old friend. We were played. This shouldn't surprise you. It was made clear to us the day they had us killed. Shut up! If history's gonna bury us anyway, then who will take up Takechi's mantle? Who's Takechi? That's different than the name that they said before. Was it? Is it the same one? I don't know. Anyway. Who's going to avenge our Tosa brethren? Nakaoka lashed out at Ryoma, drawing his katana from the sheath on his hip. His aura glowed with enmity as he turned into a fury. Spacey, stand back. Ryoma and Nakaoka stood opposite one another. Their friendship had been tested by war, blackmail, manipulation, and even death. At this point, attempting to use research felt like use reason. I was like, what? I can't read. We know this. Reason felt like a hollow gesture. Please don't get hurt. Save Nakaoka and the rest of your fellow Tosa men. They all need you, now more than ever. Well, that's so noble, it's not gonna happen. Yeah, I know. And the only thing I got left to do in this world is settle things with him. The only thing you have left to do in this world is marry me and make me happy, bitch. Shut up! What the fuck, selfish dick? I'm just saying. I slowly pressed my back against the wall, hoping not to stray within range of their duel. Eventually, Nakaoka moved first, leaping from the ground. The earth shook as he kicked upward, pointing his sword's tip toward Ryoma with his weight behind it. Gah! But by the skin of his teeth, Ryoma had managed to evade being struck and fired his pistol. Why did we ever coin that phrase, by the skin of your teeth? Your teeth don't have skin. It's enamel. The fuck? It sounds weird. Why? Why do we say this? And we still say this, and it's a thing, and it's never going away, but it's weird, right? Anyway. Fucking weird. The bullet grazed Nakaoka's shoulder, splattering a ribbon of blood into the wallpaper behind him. I can feel the wound stinging more than usual. Those are silver bullets you got, aren't they? Nothing to be afraid of. Nakaoka retaliated with a sequence of slashes, swinging his blade with a wanton, sloppy technique. Ryoma, however, blocked each move with ease. Nakaoka sneered, hiding his fatigue by the end of it. You think that stupid pistol's gonna save you against my sword? Gah! With a well-timed hit in the gut, Nakaoka caught Ryoma off guard before stabbing the sword into his shoulder. Ouch. Somehow, Ryoma managed to fire off his pistol. Gah! The hull's narrow shape gave Nakaoka the weapon advantage over Ryoma's long-range pistol, but even so, Nakaoka was incredibly vulnerable to even the slightest touch of silver, giving Ryoma an edge. Halting Nakaoka's ability to regenerate his own wounds was enough to push the battle in favor of Ryoma, and Nakaoka let out a chilling scream. Here's the thing, though. Close quarter swords are better. I'm just saying, you could go right up on top of me, but if I have a gun pointed at you, I'm gonna take your fucking head off. Like, I'm just saying. Like, I just don't. I mean, I'm not saying I'm from a distance a sword's got nothing, because you got to be in a certain range for a sword to work. But I'm pretty fucking sure whether you're across the room or right on top of me, I can shoot you. And I'm going to say my aim's probably better if you're right in front of me, because I'm just going to put it right up against you and shoot you. But you go stand 20 feet away from me, and I might not make it. I don't know. Gah! Nakaoka's black coat was becoming drenched in blood, dripping into a thick puddle beneath him. That he was still able to stand was a testament of his strength, if not his stubbornness. You idiot! We're really giving it your all. If you showed a shred of this conviction back when you were still human, we could have changed the world. Harsh. I don't know about that. Nothing would have changed. There are limits to what we can accomplish. A man is just that, alone. Nakaoka desperately gripped his katana. It was clutched tightly in his hand, but his fire was fading as the massive loss of blood began to take its toll. His knees buckled before he toppled to the ground. Oh. Ryoma stooped down and held his dying friend tightly in his arms. Oh, bromance. Precious bromance. That's adorable. A long time ago, it hit me. The Tosa could never measure up to what the Sasuma or Choshu were capable of. We were pawns. Nothing more than dirt to them. This is sad. There was a derisive smile on Nakaoka's face. Yodo and all those damn retainers used us as a stepping stone to gain favor with the Empire of Japan. The Sasuma Choshu knew better than to sacrifice their own men to the water of life. It's so unfair. We were punished for our ambitions, for daring to dream of a life out from under the foot of our oppressive rulers. We live, we shit, we die. We thought we made a difference. We were never even close. Heartbreaking, isn't it, Sakamoto? All along, Nakaoka hadn't just wanted revenge. He fought for respect in the eyes of the Tokugawa clan, for the dignity of the people whom he believed deserved more than the flawed feudal hierarchy. Yes, it is Tears glistened in the corner of Ryuma's eyes as he listened to his friend speak intently. It was a dream the two of them shared together, once as best friends, and still as adversaries. Aww. Hey, Sakamoto. Although things never turned out for the Tosa quite like we dreamed they would. If he were here to witness things for himself, you'd think Takechi would have been proud of us. Like I said, a man is only capable of so much. Plenty of men can come forth to carry on the legacy that Takechi passed down to us, even among the Sasuma and Choshu. I guess. I was like, they're gonna show him as eyes closed, I guess. Eventually, Nakaoka's gaze drifted toward me. His glare, which was often contemptuous or disconcerting, was replaced by an earnest smile. For once, I could envision them as friends. Take care of him for me. If you don't keep him on a tight leash, I'll promise you heaven, and damn well might take you there. Like metaphorically or like literally? Because like one sounds amazing and the other one just kind of sounds like we're gonna die, and that would suck. Just promise me that you won't let him go. Okay. As badly as I had wanted to assure him, I was keeping myself from breaking down. Ryoma too was fighting back tears. I felt like a witness to an intimate moment which shouldn't have been shared with me, but here I was. Even so, I took a moment to collect myself and found the will to speak up once more. Okay, I will. All you need to do now is rest, Nakaoka. Once the words left my mouth, the muscles in Nakaoka's face softened from relief. And then... Oh my god, he just vanished! Oh my god! Oh my... Look at... Can I just tell you how beautiful and... I mean, it's sad, but like... How beautiful that looks, like just like how it's sand drifting as it just looks beautiful. I don't know, the artwork is just great. His flesh was slowly beginning to crumble like the ashy, burnt ends of an incense and disappeared. Ryoma heaved a heavy sigh, letting go of the pain that he had been keeping pent up inside of himself. Once Nakaoka's remains had been reduced to dust, neither Ryoma nor I moved a muscle. I jumped as the door behind me slid wide open. Had Sanan and Heisuke arrived? Just in the nick of time? Oh god. Sweat began to coat my palms despite my best efforts to rub them dry in an anxious fit. Shit! I knew it when she said, had Sanan and Heisuke arrived? No, it's gonna be Koto and they're dead! Fuck! I can't handle this.
He's defeated, Nakaoka.
Father! How did Father appear here all of a sudden? If he was standing here, did something happen to Sanan and Heisuke?
Do you not want to come with me, Spacey? If you still find the idea repulsive, then I shall permit you to bring Sakamoto along.
I could?
Now that he's a Fury, I don't think he could ever truly re-enter human society. Not in his state. As far as the rest of the world is concerned, he is dead, buried, and forgotten. If you give me your word that you'll join me, then I vow to you that I will accept him as leader of the Yukimura clan.
Don't let him fool you, Spacey. Nakaoka, the Tosamen, and even Kaoru Nagumo. He deceived them all. I'm choked to death. Ryoma spit a mouthful of blood out of his mouth as he pointed his pistol towards my father. A mouthful of blood out of his mouth. That's a little... Okay. I know that.
All out of bullets. Don't insult me by pointing the children's toy at me. Do you think I'm threatened by you at all?
Father smiled eerily as he pulled a scalpel from out of his pocket. Just then...
Ah, come on, man! Don't tell us you've forgotten about us already!
That voice! Pardon the slight delay, but it appears as though we weren't too late. Oh my god! It's so sad seeing them coated in blood. Oh, I can't. Oh, but look at how happy Sanan looks. That should be disturbing. It's like, he's covered in blood and he's so joyously happy. Huh. Well, Sanan, Heisuke! I know, I'm so fucking excited. Relief washed over me in spite of their blood-soaked attire, which gave their appearance a nightmarish quality. Especially Sanan's creepy grin. I love it.
Well, well, managed to survive, did you?
It's 3 against 1, bitch!
That was no small troop of Furies, either. The two of you seem fatigued. I can't imagine that you'll be able to stand for much longer.
Perhaps, but it will suffice to deal with the likes of you. Kind of ironic, wouldn't you say? Without your medicine, neither of us would be here standing in front of you, ready to deliver the justice that you deserve. Oh, Sonnen, I love you.
Sakamoto, take her and get out of here. We'll deal with Kodo.
Oh. Are you sure about that?
Of course. We've been saving ourselves for this moment.
Sonnen and Heisuke could barely support their own weight. They were disheveled with serious wounds. It was inconceivable that they could stand, let alone do so with a smile. You were thinking it, you know. Let's go, Spacey. Initially, I resisted. Part of me had wanted to stay behind, bidding farewell to two men who had done so much for me. But I knew they would refuse. I let the image of Sonnen and Heisuke's gallant posture burn in my eyes. Bye. Oh, please make sure you kill Kodo before you die. Then Ryoma and I broke off into a sprint. They're gonna die. I'm so sad. I'm sure we can take a breather now. Are you all right, Spacey? Yes. All of my emotional and physical exhaustion came to a head, and I dropped to the ground. Far away in the background was Shirakawa Castle, which stood majestically in the center of a bleak field. It sounds like they managed to kill every last one of the Furies. By the end of the day, one of the Imperial Army or the Aizu will be in charge of that castle. Regardless, my duty is done. I've accomplished everything I set out to do with my second life. Which means that the rest will just have to be dealt with by whoever lives long enough to pick up the pieces. Ryoma turned his solemn gaze over toward the east. But, man, seems like today's a scorcher, doesn't it? Ryoma, get in the shade! I'm fine. Have you forgotten? I like those Shinsengumi Furies. Sunlight doesn't do a thing to me. Are you sure? You're not forcing yourself, are you? Of course not. Man, you'll never trust me, will you? It's not that I don't trust you. I'm just worried is all. Ryoma shot me a tender glance and reached over to comb my hair gently with his thick fingers. Thank you. I pity the men in this world who aren't as lucky as I am to have you in my arms. You are a thing of beauty. Who doesn't want to just be called a thing of beauty? By a gorgeous man? Or just, yeah, a gorgeous man. One who's not an asshole. Doesn't matter if you're gorgeous. If you're a complete twat waffle, it doesn't matter what you say. A man that you love. Or who is amazing. Gorgeous or not. There you go. I promise you this. Once this is all over, I shall never tire your worrying heart ever again. Promise? Don't make promises you can't keep, honey. Why, of course. Shall we seal the deal with a kiss? Oh, we should seal it with a lot more than that. What? No, but in the field, yeah, just a kiss. What? Here? Now? Shut up, Spacey! Take it like a woman! No one's watching. It'll be fine. Come on, close your eyes. Is this what men really love? Is this why we're always like, oh my god, wait, I'm so embarrassed, I can't do anything. I wonder why I'm single. Upon Ryoma's insistence, I shut my eyes, and just as our lips were about to meet... Cock blocked! I love it. Ah, yikes. Leave it to me to pick the perfect time to find you two about to suck face. I love you. You should know better, considering this place is swarming with Imperial and Aizu men alike. Shiranui... No one's here. No one will see us. That sounds like a setup. I'm starting to think you're actively seeking us out whenever we're trying to spend quality time. Don't blame me, fool. It would happen less often if you weren't trying to sneak your way into her pants without a care for the world. Oh, Shiranui, I love you. Shiranui, what are you doing here? Have you followed Father here too? I have, but unfortunately for myself, hell's been resolved before I had a chance to deal with it myself. Got that right. If you got a problem with it, I suggest you take it up with the Shinsengumi boys. Ha! Guess again. Sooner slit my own wrist than air my grievances in front of worms who are minutes from being totally crushed by the Choshu. There's like such a happy music in the background, like da 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 da. It's like talking about all our friends dying. Yeah, wow. Choshu. The Satsuma Choshu, you mean? No, it's always been the Choshu. Satsuma were simply along for the ride. I was once... Oh, ahem. I was once inclined to think that you had no desire to help the Choshu if it weren't for Takasugi, but now I think you've always been a real sucker for the Choshu.
What? Don't be an idiot! I'll shoot you full of holes, boy!
Shiranui chortled his own joke, turning to look over his shoulder back at Shirakawa Castle.
If the Aizu fall, then that spells the end of the once great Shogunate army.
Yeah, I would assume so. What's that mean for you, then?
Now that the stains of the Fury's been rid of our world, I no longer have a reason to involve myself in the affairs of humans. Thus, I shall live my life as it was before I met Takasugi, peaceful and quiet. And I guess I'll wait and see what kind of country the Choshu are gonna make. I look forward to it, actually.
I've got a feeling they'll steer it in the right direction.
I sure hope so. Anyways, I'm out.
Shiranui spun on his heel and sauntered into the forest. All right. Well, why don't the two of us write a little history of our own? History of our own? Yeah. Didn't I promise to show you the world? Oh my god, he's like fucking Aladdin! I can show you the world. How many times are we going to sing Disney songs in this game? We did it once in Kyoto Winds and once in Edo Blossoms. There you go. Like, legitimately, they set us up for that. Like, the snow came out and it's like, do you want to build a snowman? I mean, we didn't actually say, but still. And then we asked him if he wanted to play in the snow, and he said yes. I mean, that's the most magical thing to me still. I'm still, like, reeling over. Like, my heart is still, like, I can't because of that moment. Like, well, what are we going to do? Like, here, snow bunnies. What the hell? Oh, my God. I can't. Saito in the snow is adorable. Anyway. Well, yes, I remember, but are you really going to keep your promise?
Of course. Impossible. I don't know the meaning of the word. Follow me.
Ryoma beamed as he skipped towards me and he swept me off my feet, lifting me into his arms. Adorable. Ryoma, I can walk on my own.
Pfft, doesn't matter. Let me do this.
With one chapter of his life ended, what future did Ryoma plan in store for himself next? With everything up in the air, it was easy to worry. But even so, knowing that the two of us could finally be together made it a future worth looking forward to. I really hope in the final chapter, which is where we're going now, we don't get this person, please don't start this chapter with all our friends are dead. Let me just pretend that they're alive. Can we just fucking pretend? I almost clicked the skip button, but we can't do that because we got the, yeah. I mean, look at him. He's fine as fuck. The hell? I wish I loved him more than, I mean, like, he's fine. Like, he's great. He's gorgeous. But it's still not enough to take the place of Hijikata, Okita, Saito, Sanan. Or even Harada. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess I could tie him with Harada. You know what I mean? Because you'd be like, well, I mean, I guess they're both kind of on the same, like, Harada might win out just because he's one of our Shinsengumi boys, but he's kind of up there too, but it's just, he's not going to take the place of our top four. Like, those guys are pretty much all tying for, like, number 2, because, like, there are moments where Sanan might actually almost beat out Saito for number 1, because I kind of love them both, but Saito's always, like he ekes a little bit more of a lead for number 1 all the time. But, like, everybody ties for number 2. Like, no question. It's hard. It's hard to choose a number 2. You're like, all of you. All 3 of you are number 2. I do actually like Ryoma's character, though. I mean, aside from being gorgeous. You know what I mean? Just from he's a little like, come on. We should make out. But he's a little goofy about it, and he's not like, he has a little, I want to say his pushy moments aren't really pushy. He's like, so, want to make out? And you're like, oh my god, stop. And he's like, come on. And he's like adorable about it, where like you could actually picture a real man doing that, and you're like, oh my god, stop. What the hell? And it's like charming and adorable. You know? Yeah. Which is just funny because he's gorgeous, and you're like, you should pretty much just look at a woman and her pants should be off, is all I'm saying. So I'm not sure why you're after Derp Face over here, because, like, Derp Face. But, you know, since we're playing Derp Face, I'm okay with it, because you're fine. God, he's fine. Yay, we have a ship! That's a big-ass ship. Ryoma managed, as he often did, to pull some strings together and contact his friend Iwasaki, who was more than willing to offer him a vessel to sail. Yotaro Iwasaki, a warrior of the Tosa domain who was a close friend of Ryoma Sakamoto's. Under orders of the Tosa domain, he managed the accounting records for the Kayentai? Kayentai? Something like that. Okay, I don't know if that's right. That's probably all wrong. But anyway, thus, our new journey began. Okay, her derpy eyes actually look really good there. Like, I'm okay with this. Because they're actually the same size as his, so... The scent of the ocean brings me back to life. Like, she looks okay here. Like, they have the same... Like, she doesn't... I mean, she has gigantic saucer eyes, but they're done like the normal. And they're almost the same size as his, so it's like it works. I'm actually, like... Does she have... It looks like her hair's, like, super cut short, but I guess it's not. It's just the way it's... style, but it actually looks almost cute, super short like that. I like it. I props for this one for her not looking like a jackass. She doesn't look like a jackass when you can't see her eyes or her eyes are closed, but her eyes are open and she looks decent, so good for that. I smiled, realizing it was the first time I had set foot on a ship with Ryoma. He was in his element at last. There was a spring in his step, as if his sea legs evoked an energy not present when he was on land. Oh my god, he's a merman. Everyone else is vampires, he's a merman. Oh yeah, do you remember? A long time ago I mentioned how, in the West, men and women go on little trips after they wed. Yes, you mentioned it in a letter you wrote back to me when I was in Kyoto. Now I know Japan's a big country and all, but would you believe we're the first honeymooners ever? You might have a point there. As I became acquainted with Ryoma, I learned never to be surprised by his antics, but even still, he found ways to surprise me, to warm my heart at a moment's notice. Ryoma, what's the plan after we finish our overseas trip? Well, let's see. We can visit various countries, try our hand at some trading, and amass a fortune. And then, I'm eager to hear rumors of our exploits, where a swashbuckling hero and his bride support Japan from the shadows. I'd play that game. I gasped, being taken aback by the brevity in his answer. But, right, well, I'm sure you could make that happen. Right? Doesn't sound too crazy, does it? It sounds absolutely insane, but I love it. Ryoma gazed back into my eyes with a childlike sense of wonder. You be sure not to leave my sight, you hear? I don't want to miss a single moment of having you next to me. With your love, the world is our oyster. That sounds awkward. Right. A strange twist of fate brought us together, but here we are, brought together by the most random of circumstances. In Ryoma, I found someone with a lust for life, second only to his love for me. It only felt natural that I dedicate the rest of my future to him, to become his until the end of time. As the tender rays of the sun kissed our skin, I made a vow to hold on to his love forever. I just love the way, like, there's something about this, like, I'm being so happy and, like, just holding her and, like, being, I'm on the sea and I'm happy and this is where I belong because I'm a merman. It's adorable. I don't know why. This just makes me feel, I love him. I mean, I do. Don't get me wrong. He's still not one of my top 4. But, like, I think I love him a little bit more, like, just there in this, like, I'm picturing him, like, with just the vest and the shirt without all this. I mean, the whole suit was nice. Don't get me wrong. But I just love that. Like, just the relaxed sailor kind of, I don't know. Something about that in my head that I'm just, yeah. Happiness is a worm gun. That's what I was laughing about several parts ago because that's a Beatles song, so it's great. Anyway, so I'm going to wrap this part up here. We're not going to look at the gallery because we don't do that until we're done with the bad endings. So tomorrow we will do all of the terrible, tragic bad endings, and then look at our gallery. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.